2011 he passed away. So this person, in his late definition of AI, thought what AI is actually. So this is what he says the AI is. I'm highlighting it and I'll read it for you. I don't know how much visible this part is. Let's increase the font. Okay, it is not ideally properly increasing this. Okay, it is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. It is related to similar tasks of using computers to understand human intelligence, but AI does not have to confine itself to methods that are biologically observable. So that's very important. जो भी मेथड्स बायोलॉजिकली ऑब्जर्वेबल है उसी मेथड्स का यूज करके एआई ने इंटेलिजेंस को मॉडल करना नहीं चाहिए. दैट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू AI techniques that we are going to see, some of the techniques you will find out they are inspired from the way human does show their intelligence through decision making. So one aspect is very important: decision making, and the reasoning abilities that human beings show. Okay, these are the first and foremost thing that these AI researchers targeted. And since these decision making abilities and the reasoning abilities of human beings, they were not that much easy to be encoded into some sort of a computer program. The techniques which were developed in early AI development, they were rather abstract, they were rather biologically inspired. But as we progressed, we tried to actually go away from that. And around 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, the biologically driven techniques were sidelined, and people were more into development of an information technology kind of setup, wherein what we thought of is we have a data available about certain scenario. We want to organize that data in terms of certain things called as information bits and pieces. And what we want to do is we want to use this information bits and pieces to understand or gain the knowledge, the understanding, and from that develop the algorithms or techniques that can replace the human expertise. And that's why there was a period in between in the research of AI where biologically inspired techniques, biologically inspired means जैसे हम लोग decision लेते हैं as a human being, उससे inspire होके उसी को mimic करना. So that word mimic was actually lost in between. There were reasons for it. Number one, the computational techniques, the devices, the abilities of computer science back then wasn't sufficient for converting the theoretically proven techniques into a program that was feasible at that time by that technology, by that particular set of devices. So what happened is, after the change of millennia, that is after 2000 onwards, there were explosion of the resources, the computational resources in terms of computational capabilities, identification of parallelization techniques, identification of the cores that we have on the CPUs, the CPU cores, the GPU thing, the graphical processing units, which can crunch things very quickly, parallelly. And other thing, important thing is the amount of data that was generated, that started getting generated, rather, I should say. At the corner of the century, after the advent of successful advent of internet, what happened was there was availability of data at plenty. And as we also know, and we are learning certain subjects like big data analytics and all, we know that there is an explosion of availability of data nowadays. So the data is there, the processing power is there, processing capabilities is there, and back came the biologically inspired techniques that we see today in terms of deep learning, neural networks, the genetic algorithms and all. But if you see the development of AI field, the early development, people thought of such kind of computational models, which were not directly based on, at that time, there were two thought processes. One was inspired by the algorithmic theory, where you have an algorithm to solve a problem. And there was another thought process where everything was functional and there was no algorithms needed to solve a problem. We just need to change the state and everything was just the state change. everything was just kind of a graphical representation of computation. But these things, the functional aspects and functional problem solving, were not that much popular at that time, because the application areas where computers were applied to, due to two things: उस वक्त का उनका capabilities, and also due to the need of the hour. At that time, people needed computers to crunch numbers for doing financial transaction, for doing some sort of information processing, collection of data, etc., etc. But later on, as we cross over from 20th century to 21st century, due to the invent of internet, due to the availability of resources, and also due to the Moore's law, which says that the computational power is going to double every certain amount of years, and also the cost is going to get downward trend, and availability is going to be at large. So due to all these facts, what happened was, again, the biologically inspired techniques came to foray, and that's why today what we see as AI, whenever we actually think of AI, we think of machines that are actually viewing you throughout you travel from your home towards your work, and they're actually monitoring your activities and finding out whether you are at a particular distance from the other persons or not. They're finding out how much kilometers you have walked, how much calories you have burned, and based on that they're recommending you certain food items, and they are deciding dynamically to call up some shop on internet that is favorite for you, and getting certain items for you and getting it into your hands. So all those things which are done like some automated assistants and all those things, that is where we think AI today as. So we think AI as something that is part and parcel of life, like internet of a thing, which actually lives with us, which takes decision for us, which actually tries to kind of make us lazy. But that is where we want AI to help us as a human being, help us in taking the decisions that we generally take ourselves. Okay, so this is a bit of kind of future or current perspective of AI. But as far as our syllabus is concerned, we are not going to stick to the biologically inspired AI techniques. We're going to have look at those techniques which were developed between 1970s to 1990s or late 90s. They are called they're actually called as rule-based techniques. So almost all the techniques that we are going to learn in module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, okay, they all are kind of from the school of thought, which thought that whatever he is saying, we need not have all the things that work or mimic human intelligence would actually be working like what human biologically work out. Okay, so these techniques are very much rule based techniques. These techniques are much more like the computational problems that we are acquainted with so far. Okay, they are not that much closer to what we today see as an AI. नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग का चैप्टर छोड़ के उससे पहले वाला प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक थिंकिंग का जो प्रोबेबिलिटी का चैप्टर है, अनसर्टेनिटी का चैप्टर है, वो दो चैप्टर छोड़ के एवरीथिंग इज क्लासिकल एआई. Last two chapters we have a glimpse of what is currently going on in AI field. That too, the probability Bayesian belief networks and all those things, they are also developed around late 90s and early 2000s. So they are also old technique in that sense. But currently we are actually having a lot of scope and a lot of techniques getting developed for supporting the cognitive abilities of human beings. So we'll come to that discussion today.